What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday and welcome to our inaugural AEW Dynamite watch-along that's going to be every single Wednesday throughout the fall here on the Good Mike Word Commentaries YouTube channel. We're going to give this a shot for the fall season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. AEW is super hot right now with all the influx of talent that has come in right off the heels of a great all-out pay-per-view on Sunday. They're kind of the talk of the town, and I think it would be fun for a little while at least to come up here and react to some Dynamites, and maybe this will be a permanent thing. Just depends on how we do, how the audience likes it, how you guys like it, and if that's the case, maybe we'll start picking these up on a permanent basis, but expect to see these at least for the duration of the year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and tonight's show should be pretty awesome, especially after a pay-per-view like that. There's going to be some shit going down, one would assume, tonight. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys are ready to rock with this. I want to say hello to everybody that's here in the chat. This guy and Lambo and Sam, Justin, Mab, Taylor, Bruce, David. What's up? Jet the Hawk, Latry White. We've got Red Raven, Cedric. Whole bunch of y'all in here so far to kind of hang out and watch Dynamite. Looks like we're about 4 minutes until the show starts. I've got my TNT pulled up over here. I've got some headphones on order, so starting next week, you'll probably see me with headphones. I want to be very careful here. The audio, I did a lot of sound checks. You're not really able to pick up anything. Some muffled noise is all you should really hear on here, so I think we're going to be safe for that aspect until next week. And then I'll probably start rocking the headphones going forward with these just to be, better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? But at least for tonight, I'm going to have to kind of have it on low volume. And we'll give this a shot and see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. Creed 2 is wrapping up right now. I saw advertised for tonight, of course, we got Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki. I think that's the only match I can think of, although I know is Malachi Black and Dustin Rhodes, and I think there's a couple other advertised, as well as an Elite with Adam Cole interview and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. So Bryan Danielson, everybody is going to be speaking tonight, and they're going to be on the show, and should be fun. We'll probably see Ruby Soho as well, since she won the Battle Royal on Sunday. Creed is wrapping up here. Let me get to my screens. The watch-along setups are a little bit different, so and actually I'm going to try something else out here differently as well and see what you guys think. I don't know. It's just going to be an experiment, see if I can get this right. But tonight's a good night to play with it. We're going to try to get some comments on the screen here. Some of them, depending on the size they are, hopefully they will all fit, but I kind of taught myself how to do this last minute, so this will improve as we go here. But yes, Chase Gaming, prayers out to Triple H, thoughts and best wishes out to him. WWE released a statement today that said he's had some sort of a cardiac episode and had a procedure done last week, I believe at Yale, they said. So all is well, expected to make a full recovery, everything's fine, but kind of a scary situation there, and one that I don't think any of us really knew about. So best wishes out to the game. Always been a Triple H fan and Triple H kind of defender here on this channel. So we love him and wish him the best, man. Kind of scary stuff. So hopefully he's got that under control and everything will be well there. John Gorman, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. And this is what I got to perfect here because not all of your comment came through. So some of the short ones will, like Martin Cans. And, oh, you want me to play Guitar Hero, Sam? I don't think so. Yeah, so we're going to kind of play with this a little bit tonight and see what we can do. And I'll try to perfect that as we go and try to make the streams and the watch-alongs as interactive as humanly possible. So, anywho, 2 minutes and counting, and we're going to be dynamiting it up here. I'm trying to think. I didn't see Creed 2. I only saw Creed 1, which I liked. Creed 2 is where, like, Drago's kid comes, right? Yeah, I don't think I've caught Creed 2 yet, but I have seen part 1. Keep the volume nice and low there. Oh, man, that could be a good possibility, Chase. I'd love that. CM Punk is going to have an interview tonight, as we talked about last night on the All Out review. Sunday night on the All Out review. That he's probably going to have to set up a new opponent for tonight. I can't imagine his issue with Darby really continuing unless Darby wants another shot. Hey, I took you to the limit. I want to prove myself again or whatever, and they want to get one more match out of these guys. I don't think it's needed. I think that was a good entry-level match for Punk to have, and let's move him on. But tonight, we could see them all really kind of start programs. Don't know. I guess Danielson's going to be combating himself mostly with the Elite. Punk could join in on that, or Punk could do his own thing. So we'll probably find out a lot tonight. Super exciting news about Kevin Owens' contract coming up in a few months. That's pretty sweet. He's been teasing some shit. I don't know. I would not guarantee with Kevin Owens that he's automatically going to AEW. He could be teasing just to get people talking, and then in the end he stays with WWE. But I would love to see him jump and go over there. All right, this is the ending of Creed. Let me refresh because it's already top of the hour by my clock, and I still got the ending of that other... There we go. All Elite Wrestling. Dynamite. Oh, whoops. There we go. All right, just trying to get all my ducks in a row. Barry, no, I haven't seen the Undertaker New Day. I just saw some screen caps of it on Twitter, so I don't know what the hell that's about. That's like an actual movie. Yeah, I haven't really seen much of that or what that's even about, so crazy. Undertaker looked a bit old. There was one shot of Undertaker that I did see in that. He looked kind of like Seven, like the character Seven, Dustin Rhodes in WCW. What's up, Angie? Good to see you. Welcome y'all to the watch along. I think we're going to expect to have kind of a slow start on the audience here at first, and then as the weeks go by, hopefully we will beef these up a bit. So make sure you pass this video around. Make sure you like it. Liking's probably more important than ever right now. And, give it a share. Tell people who want to hang out on Wednesdays, watch some wrestling, have a good time. That's what we're doing every Wednesday as we get a recap of All Out. Tell you what, man, I like Daniel Bryan's theme. Sounds good. I'm actually fine with him not using Final Countdown. This actually, keeps his transition a lot more seamless. I mean, the name is easy to get past, and kind of having a new twist on his theme, I think, is pretty awesome. It's gotten good reviews so far. They're in Cincinnati tonight. Homecoming match, Moxley and Suzuki. That's going to be nuts. All right, JR's JR and Ruby Soho and Jamie Hayter and Tony are running through the card for tonight. So Soho and Hayter, I did not know was going to be going down. That's cool. We got Powerhouse Hobbs and Dante Martin. That's all right. Bryan Danielson, will address the AEW fans. Saying Bryan Danielson is just going to be like, give me like 3 weeks. I'll be fine. I love the double kiss to Adam Cole. We got Shawn Spears and FTR against Dark Order. Dustin and Malachi Black are kicking things off. I think they could have I would have rather seen Dustin and Malachi Black on All Out rather than here. But you would assume Cody is on his way back. Oh yeah, Gilbert. I don't even know what Kurt Angle's TNA theme sounds like. I'll have to check that out. Chris Ludecki, man, what's going on? Oh man, couldn't get all your comment in here. See, I'm still working on that. Still trying to figure out how to get you on the screen. But anyway, thanks, Chris, for the $5. Hey, Greg, hope you had a good birthday. I think these watch-alongs will be much easier to get through when the Raw ones you used to do, or than the Raw ones you used to do. I hear you, man. They're going to be much easier because this should be a lot more fun to watch, and it's going to be less of a chore, and it's only 2 hours instead of 3, and it's not going to be absolutely torturous. We can open some beers, hang out. That's kind of the point of this, because as Malachi, by the way, makes his entrance to the ring, I love his look. Fucking wearing horns on his head and shit. We had a lot of fun back when we did the Raw ones, so I think this will be equally as fun. And I've tried to do some AEW Dynamite reviews. The views haven't been very good, so I was like, let's try watch-alongs, because everybody and their mother's up on YouTube after, so let's go up during, see how that works. And I promise as we go here, I'm going to try to evolve this stream and stuff and try to have a little bit more fun. I haven't tapped into the Streamlabs stuff yet. I don't know if I really want to do that, have the dance and shit all over the screen whenever somebody does a super chat. That seems a little bit elaborate, but I do want to try to make the streams a little bit more fun. So this is going to be a work in progress, and we'll play with it as we go. But thanks, Chris, and glad you're here, man. Yeah, Dustin's going to get destroyed unless we get one of those situations where the lights go out and Cody comes back and he thinks people care. I'm kidding. All right. Let me know if you can hear any feedback at all from the audio. I'm trying to keep it as low as possible. Next week I will have some nice headphones. But as of tonight, I kind of forgot about that part, so I got some ordered, and we'll do that next week. But for now, I just got to try to keep the volume low. I did plenty of sound checks. I wasn't able to hear. If I heard anything, it was very muffled, so we should be good. But if you think it's too loud, just let me know, and I'll adjust, or I'll move the mic closer to me, or maybe even turn it down if I have to. We'll work on it. Yeah, Ratnick, I hope they get a good rating tonight as well. You would think that they would. This is the type of show that would draw a good rating based on what happened at All Out. I mean, if you can't pull in a number with Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan showing up in the main event, then I don't know what the fuck. But I am certain, maybe not totally certain, but I'm fairly certain they'll keep it over 1 million tonight. I mean, for right now, that seems like a good level of resistance. They should try to keep that above 1 million if they can. 900,000 isn't the end of the world, but I think 1 million is what they should shoot for as their bare minimum. That would be ideal. But we'll see. I mean, shit's going to fluctuate. They're going to have to come down off this high, at some point. But it doesn't sound like things are about to slow down. I still hope we see Wyndham Rotundo come in, given the Kevin Owens news that came out yesterday. It'd be really nice to think of him heading there at the beginning of 2022. Plenty of room. I saw people saying, I don't know if there's room for him. Are you kidding me? There's always room for the best talent in the world. The more the fucking merrier. You think Kevin Owens is going to leave WWE and just nobody's going to sign him? No. He's a big money guy. Well, Dustin's putting up a little bit of a fight here with Malachi. I tell you what, 2021 Malachi Black and 95 Gold Dust or 96 Gold Dust might be kind of interesting, man. What's up, Ajax Johnson? Good to see you. Sunny Man is here as well. Trey's here. Trey Williams. What's up, dude? Man. Belly to back through the table on the outside of the ring. Nathan Hansen, what's up, man? Appreciate the $2 from you. I did have an awesome birthday. It was quite lovely. We even did a stream on Monday night. I had a very relaxing day. Got spoiled by my girlfriend and got to hang around the house in my underwear and be a lazy bum, and it was fantastic. Exactly what I needed at the end of my busy summer season. It was great. For those of you just tuning in, we're on Malachi Black versus Dustin Rhodes right now. Dustin just ate a table spot on the outside. He's selling that. Here comes Black to kick him in his face, and that's what's happening there. What's up, Brittany? Good to see you. Glad you're here. I hope not John Gorman. I hope Cody does not show up, but he will. He's going to show up at some point because they're going to continue this. So he either shows up here to prevent Malachi from maybe continuing the assault on Dustin after the match if he just keeps beating the shit out of him, or they hold Cody off another week. I don't know. But you feel like Cody's coming back at some point. But the next pay-per-view is November, so I suppose they could hold it off that long, but I'm not looking forward to that match because I'm worried Cody will win. Imagine the pop of Triple H appeared on AEW. Well, he's not going to be appearing anywhere right now, recovering from a cardiac procedure that he had done. So we're all wishing the best out there to Triple H. Sounds like he's going to make a full recovery, which is good. Cole versus Bryan in New York, Nathan. I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with Bryan and Omega in New York. You know what, Toxic Banana? I am not. I'm actually slightly looking forward to the, just to look at what the revamp looks like. It's a very sad day that last night ended NXT as we know it, but based on the glimpse of that illustration and how they have the setup apparently, done, it looks like it might be all right. We'll give it a shot. We'll give anything a chance. Oh, Sarah Logan. We love Sarah Logan. Apparently she was backstage, I thought I saw, at this show, or at for AEW. NXT is an art class now. Yeah, it's very, very colorful. Quite the opposite of black and gold. Well, Dustin's putting up a fight here. I would like to see Black kick his head off, and there he goes. Go to the legs. Dustin with the kick out at 1. I know, actually, Transferring Heat, I missed all NXT. Didn't even really watch it. I think I'm going to check it out next week to see how the new looks, but otherwise, I haven't been. I kind of feel like I'm sacrificing NXT just with what happened, and Tuesday's like a night that I'm not really involved in doing wrestling and YouTube stuff anyway with work and everything. I think I'm just going to have to sacrifice it. We'll talk a little bit on the Wednesday night streams if I happen to catch it, like we will next week. I'll try to watch the new one. We'll talk about it on Wednesday, and I'll mention things, in the podcast maybe on Saturday and stuff. But for the most part, I'm not going to be covering, NXT from beginning to end anymore, which sucks. Zelina Vega was there too? Shit. Well, I guess she kind of sort of has a right to be, but damn. Surprised WWE's okay with all this intermingling, But what can they do? Imagine if NXT brings back the obstacle course. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know, Deshaun. Malachi Black getting to the title. Your guess is as good as mine. There's a lot of people at the top, and not everybody can be champion. So a guy like Black, I would just keep him pretty fucking strong. I'm not really beating him. But I think Cody's gonna. Brandon, and my volume might be low. I am thinking, are you talking about my voice or here? I'm trying to keep the volume at a decent level because I don't want to have any audio picked up. I mean, I can turn it up a little bit. That might be better. But if you're trying to hear volume for the show, Brandon, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to keep that as low as possible. As a matter of fact, next week I'll be rocking headphones. So I got to be careful with that stuff. All right, while Dustin is hammering away on Malachi Black, I'm going to listen to myself real quick. Am I talking? All right, while Dustin is hammering away on Malachi Black, I'm going to listen to myself real quick. I think it sounds okay, but I am trying to keep the volume down, like I said. Big kick out by Dustin. Oh, let me shut myself down. Sam, as far as I know, WWE owns Clash. But there's always little random things I never knew about, so you never know. But I'm pretty sure they own Clash because they've done some Clashes, right? They wouldn't do it if they didn't own it. Oh, I like that, Sam, because, somebody's going to have to take down Miro. Somebody's going to have to be big and strong enough to take him down. Now, these guys are both heels at the moment, so I don't know, but I would love to see that. Malachi be the one to knock off Miro. Why not? Dustin's got, is that his own shoe? Somebody's shoe. Or a boot. Oh, it's probably Cody's boot. Is that from when Cody took the boots off or whatever? Dustin's giving Malachi a run here. Kick to the gut. Sunrise, or a destroyer, excuse me. Wow, got a 2.5 on Malachi after a fucking destroyer. Dustin Rhodes at 52 or whatever he is, throwing that shit. Impressive. Those who are here in the audience right now, if you don't mind tapping that thumbs up button for me, I'd appreciate it. Cody's boot, thank you. You still got it. He does bizarrely still have it. Oh, William wants Bo Dallas in AEW. Last I read, he was kind of moving on from wrestling, but I think there's so much good talent out there. Not that Bo Dallas doesn't deserve. There's great available talent out there that might be a bit more valuable than him. And AEW certainly at this point isn't in like dire need of more talent. They're not in that position. There's the Black Mass for the win there. Malachi puts down Dustin. But their talent roster is ridiculous. Oh, Sam, Dustin is 100 times better. Dustin is 50 times better than Goldberg. Oh, Malachi got, what's he got, a chunk out of his face, or that's Dustin's blood? Looks like oh. Dustin's oozing some shit out of his mouth. That's gross. Oh, you could get the belt off Miro by putting him in a triple threat with Cage and Hobbs and have Hobbs win the belt. Yeah, you could do that. But Miro's just been on such a roll. I might want to capitalize on having someone beat him, you know. He can afford a loss to somebody as tough as him, but wait a while. Have him run with it for a little while longer and then run into somebody, have him beat him. It's different. It's nice that we have another wrestling company that's, you know, because we're still thinking along the lines of like what WWE would probably do or what they could do. You know, it's not the same kind of philosophy and stuff. So sometimes they'll do the complete opposite of what we're expecting or what we're thinking they're going to do. Oh, okay, I got you, Brandon. Yeah, sorry. I did do a little bit of tinkering with the audio today because I don't have a pair of headphones yet. They're on the way. So I just wanted to kind of keep it low, that sort of thing. Like I said, it's going to be a work in progress as we go here. We'll get better at it and try to fine-tune these live streams and these watch-alongs. But they're really fun when we do classic pay-per-views on Peacock and stuff. They're a blast. So this should hopefully be too. Angie, I don't know. I don't know who Aubrey Edwards is married to. I'm surprised. She just recorded an intro for me for these watch-alongs. I haven't put it together yet, though. Don't know. She's cool. Met her on the Jericho cruise. Yeah, I kind of like that they brought the boot out. So Cody didn't show up here, which is good. Keep him off for a while. Let him record his reality show or whatever. Yeah, they've really found Miro just found his niche. That's the thing. You got to try stuff. Because I remember when Miro came in, I still thought anything he would do in AEW, even if it was just him at Dave & Buster's playing skeet ball every fucking week, would be better than what he was doing in WWE. But I honestly did not like much of what he was doing at first. I thought the video game stuff was weird, and the Kip Sabian shit, and the wedding again, and all that. And I'm like, they got to find something better for him. And then when they did, and when they found it, and he's kind of developed his character, now he's kind of getting into that. He's a lot of Roman Reigns in him, you know, just a kind of a funnier version of it, and even more, a little bit more on the delusional side. Which makes him so good, and plus he's so tough and intimidating on top of it. He's one of my favorites in all of wrestling right now. He's great. Oh, good. Bronson Reed becomes a free agent tomorrow, so his 30 days is up. Could see him go anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be AEW. He'd be great in Japan. See, Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are building up the trash talking and stuff on social media as well, so that will be interesting down the line. Kevin Owens, I don't know. I would think I would love for him to go to AEW. We even talked about that in recent podcasts. I was like, I don't know what his contract status is, but I would love it if he could get the fuck out of there. And then it turns out that he actually is going to be free in a few months, and he's tweeting like Mount Rushmore stuff, tweeting out or putting almost there in his bio, you know, kind of teasing the fans. But then again, Kevin Owens might be the exact type of guy to tease us one thing and do the other. So we won't know until he goes, but he's been treated just fine. WWE always puts him in high-level situations, but it is a crime that he never got another run after that victory in 2016. So I think he'll be along the lines of a Daniel Bryan or Adam Cole. He loved his time in WWE, appreciates it, no ill feelings at all, but his contract is up and he's free to go somewhere else, and that's what he wants to do. He's not the type of guy that's going to go on and cut a promo about how bad WWE sucks. He was always on pay-per-view. He was always on WrestleManias. He was always doing shit. Even though he wasn't champion, he had big victories, even big ones at WrestleMania, even recently. So I think for him, it's a situation where he can probably just have creatively a little bit more fun. Where in WWE, it'll just be doing what he's doing. So I think the decision's already made for him, but you never know. Owens is a good dude, whatever he wants. Here comes Punk. We're going to hear from him. I better keep a cult of personality down. All right, what do you think, y'all? Does he kick off a new program with somebody here, or does he just say some shit and leave? MJF? No, there's no stupid reason like that they fired Bronson Reed because another Bronson is starting. No. The reasons, I don't know what they are, but it's nothing dumb like that. It's like when people think wrestlers got released so WWE could afford Brock. I'm like, those two things have nothing to do with the other. You know, I don't know how these things get all lumped together, but I don't think it's because another Bronson is there. Cincinnati loves Punk. I like the Daphne sign in the crowd. It's cool. Where's that picture frame thing? That's probably there, right? All right, see what he's got to say. He's going to put over Darby like a motherfucker, I'm sure, and kiss his butt. All right, Punk's jacked. When they did the show Respect It All Out, I thought maybe somebody might turn, but they didn't. The Voyager, that's what we're trying to figure out. Whoever Punk's next opponent is going to be, we might find out right now. CM Punk lost it, Trey? I think Punk looked great. He's 43 years old. Looked pretty good. CM Punk, you got to remember, was never much of an athlete to begin with, but he knows how to wrestle. I even think now, with all of his MMA training the past few years and stuff, that actually might even improve his ring skills because he's got new shit he can use and stuff. So obviously you slow down with age, but for wrestling, his age is not that old. He's got a few years. Ryback is going to come out. Chase, you are blocked. You must have lost your mind. Yeah, Angie, I saw that. I tweeted out that I noticed that when she had the armband on. Who's this old lady? That's her mom? His mom? I've seen her before. Shit, I didn't hear what he said. Oh, that's Brian Pillman's mom. Holy shit. Or that's Brian Pillman's sister, maybe. That's cool that Punk called her out. Adam Cole. Pillman's Aunt Linda, thank you. Old pals. He should have been awesome if he would have been like my Eskimo brother, Bryan Danielson. Oh, I would have popped.
First person I texted as soon as I was out of the ring in Chicago was my beautiful wife, April.
They love April.
And she said, "Baby, what's next?" And I said, I don't know. I thought maybe I would leave it up to y'all. So Cincinnati,
Oh.
hear it. What's next for CM Punk?
Oh, he's going to let us decide his opponent? Fucking MJF. I think most people want.
There's a lot of people to choose from. These people are saying Moxley.
There's a lot of people from Pillman. Dealer's choice. Oh, Taz?
Are you seriously interrupting me?
Who's he going to send out? Starks?
I'm really, ladies and gentlemen, just give me a second, please. Just be quiet for
All right, Taz has interrupted Punk here.
All right, hold on. Out of respect, I'll let you speak, but don't ever interrupt me again. Well, no, here's the thing.
Choke him out, Punk.
I'm trying to be a gentleman, but now you want to be a tough guy. Here's the thing, tough guy. I know you a long time, and I'm tired of this bullshit love fest that you're doing.
How is it that two wrestling companies only know one swear word, and that's shit? That's it. That's all they know.
Very impressive. And I'm going to tell you this right now, my man. Don't you ever mention out of your mouth any members of Team Taz that you want to face.
Any members of I don't think he gives a shit about your faction, Taz. You weren't even on his radar.
Nobody mentioned anybody from the
Yeah, thank you, Punk. He just said the same thing. Yeah. Yes, you did. I think everybody just wants Hook to wrestle. We got a situation here.
I have known you a long time because I do respect you. Send Starks.
Send Starks.
Send Hook.
Send Hook. I don't know if you want to send Hobbs.
Send me Hobbs.
Okay, he does want Hobbs.
And listen, check it out. All four of you, beat me if you can.
I don't even think a GTS would hurt Hobbs. He'd probably just absorb it. Well, I didn't have Team Taz on my radar. A little more slow starting for Punk, I guess. Another victory. We do got a ways until Full Gear, so November 13th, I think, is the date on that. Look in his eyes. What do you see? So up next, we got Hobbs and Martin, I guess. Yeah, Deshaun. I hear you there. Punk and Starks promo battle. I'd be into that. I guess that match is next. Hobbs and Martin. Maybe Punk's going to go to the announce booth and comment. Huh, are they selling those X things? Jesus. Well, I mean, think about this. If he's going to work with Starks or something, or Hobbs, or anybody from Team Taz for that matter, that means that he's going to be working with someone young. He's already worked with Darby Allin. This Punk's coming in and just, working with young dudes first. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. He'll be at the top. I don't think Punk's too overly concerned with being on the top all the time, being there and doing fun shit. Trey, why are you so obsessed with Punk? I don't think you... How old are you, dude? Punk is leaner now than he used to be. Punk actually used to be bigger. He changed his diet, his workout regimen, his training style, everything, and he's leaner now than he's ever been. So I don't know what TV you're watching, but you're not right about that. Here comes Dante and Hobbs. I know, Ruben. It's good to have these going on. It should be a fun fall season. I'm ready for it, man. If y'all are here stumbling across me, you've never been here before, subscribe. If you don't mind, hit this video with a like. We'll be doing these. Oh, here's a Cody Rhodes trailer. This shit. It's like The Miz, but worse. And The Miz is already pretty bad. Yikes. I don't know. Punk weighs in at under 200 pounds, so I don't know how that classifies as chubby for a professional wrestler, but it's fine, Trey. But when I watch Punk and Darby work, you got to remember Darby's like 160 pounds. Punk very rarely has a size and strength advantage in a match. That actually never happens. So, if you're just judging about what you saw in the ring with Darby Allin, of course he looks a little bit bigger. But in terms of Punk's overall size and as big as he's been in his career, he was bigger in 2007. Back when he was trying to get all jacked and shit. So. Yeah, just thinking about Raw makes you tired. Just thinking about Raw makes my balls hurt. Oh, what? Poor Powerhouse has got the commercial entrance? That's all right. I'm hoping he's going to beat Dante Martin. He should. I would definitely have him beat Dante Martin. Yeah, Punk is like 195. That ain't chubby. Yeah, Lorenzo, you're right. Not everyone looks the same 7 years ago, except for me. I actually do. I look the exact same as I ever have. It's one thing that even blows my mind sometimes. I'm like, do I change? So cheesy. All right, we are 33 minutes in to Dynamite. So far, we got Malachi Black over Dustin Rhodes, and we've got a CM Punk promo where he got into it with Taz a bit, and now Hobbs is on his way to the ring to face Dante Martin, and it looks like Punk's next opponent is going to be a Team Taz member. I'm really into the idea of Ricky Starks and him doing something, little promo and a match. Punk being in the ring with these like smaller dudes that can bump and are super athletic like Darby and Ricky. It's smart strategy by Punk. If he's lobbying to work with anybody specific, I'd probably be doing the same thing. Work with people that are going to make me look good. I've been out of the ring for 7 years. So I'd probably be doing the same shit. Scott Steiner, he's normal. Yeah, Scott Steiner looks fine. Most people look like him. Nice. Bouncing back after yesterday's crypto flash crash. Came out of that, thank God. I love Santana and Ortiz. There's Ruby with Tony. What's she got to say? Oh, she got open challenge, huh? Oh, here comes Britster. What a coincidence. Somebody from Team Brit took you up on that open challenge. I'm going to turn it down so I can hear it. Brittany. Oh, look at that. Role model. They got a date for this match yet? Oh. Oh. Oh, I was wondering if Britt was going to say some shit like that. That's a line right there. Ooh, a heavy dose of whoop ass. She was making fun of Ruby's nickname, the Runaway, and she goes, why don't you go run away to catering where you spent the last couple years of your career? That's fucking sweet. What a burn. That's why Britt's awesome. I was about to say I was like, somebody's going to have to mention that she wasn't doing much in WWE, you know what I mean? And the catering line is not too shabby. All right, Hobbs is in the ring. I didn't know Martin was from Minneapolis. 17-5. He's good, man. He's stupidly good and young. But I think Hobbs needs to, like, totally murder him here. Who is that guy that he's wrestling on Dark? Looks like Roadkill. Who is that? Dude in the suspenders? White Mr. Hughes? I don't know. Oh, yeah, we get to Britt Baker and Charlotte one day. That would be some shit. Dante's got an armband. Is that part of his gear, or is that a tribute to somebody? Oh, it's BLM. Okay, I was wondering if it was maybe a Daphne thing. I do. I am envious of Tony. I'm glad that Tony has gotten back into wrestling. I was never like a huge Tony Schiavone fan, and I think I was probably a little bit irrational with the Mick Foley thing that happened and the butts in seats, and probably gave him more of a hard time about that than I should have. But I like that he's been so welcomed back by the wrestling audience. Hearing his voice on TNT again is very surreal, and he's not past his prime to the level that JR, arguably is, and he still holds it together well, and he wears a lot of hats. He does a bunch of interviews, and he's always doing shit, and he's good at it. And Tony's funny, too. He's, like, funny, and he's gross. I listened to him on Conrad one time. He just talked about, like, he shit on his bedroom floor on the carpet by accident or whatever. I'm like, God, like this, I got to get out of this podcast. Well, Hobbs is just ping-ponging poor Dante all over the place here. Now we get pitcher in pitcher. Catering Invasion would be an interesting name for a faction. Ain't gonna lie. That's some shit TNA would do, though. Or WCW during their shitty times. Oh, good. There's a commercial. Since it's a pitcher in pitcher, I'm going to take this thing and go find another beer and use this to open said beer. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Man, tell you what, hanging out on Wednesdays with y'all, drinking beer, beats being at work. Will Abyss show up with balloons and cookies? Yep. That's what annoyed me so much about them. I'm like, God, that shit's so unnecessary. You know, I'm like, you fuckers need to. So that's why when fans complain that AEW is like obsessed with WWE, I'm like, no, they're not. They're just competition. That's all. Little digs are going to happen. When they're delivering cookies to their front door, then come talk to me. But let's not get stupid here. Oh, you can't be here all night. Got to work. I understand, man. I work most Wednesdays, but in the fall season, things are pretty easy for me, so I can kind of make my own schedule. So I'm going to take 3 days off per week, all during the fall, and allow myself here to be here for Wednesday nights. Hey, Ben Espiniza. What's good? What's going on? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Oh, is this the Super Troopers, guys? What is this? Oh, okay, so that's been on for a while. Tacoma FD. Nothing's ever funnier than Super Troopers. Oh, I didn't realize that we don't have Excalibur in the house, so it's just Tony and JR? There's Taz out there, too. Dante Martin. Fucking Taz's voice is such a trip. When you're not the biggest dog in the fight, Taz, you know more about that than anyone. That's fucking hilarious. Jim Ross, sometimes he burns people without even noticing it. Yeah, I'm happy with the Impact and New Japan deals, but I don't even think they're going to be really a minor league for them. I think they're minor league or maybe development, or they're the part of their company that's going to be reserved for getting reps to, you know, indie talent and younger talent and less experienced talent is going to be what they're going to do with Dark Elevation, putting it at Universal Studios and stuff. New Japan, I don't think you're going to see. I think you're going to see mostly bigger matches there. And kind of an Impact, too. I mean, Christian's got the title. But just having those lines of communication open, you know, pretty much leaves everyone on the table. And with, oh my God, Martin with that dropkick. With, like, Omega and Ospreay teasing a match and shit. You know, they could... Omega could wind up winning the IWGP title again. You know, that's a very likely possibility. So... we'll see. Ooh, Hobbs rolled out of the ring, and he kind of rolled on top of the calf of Martin. Martin looks to be okay. Looks like he's about to do a huge dive here, so... oh, Hook, you little bitch. Wow, Dante flew over Hook and onto Hobbs. Do you guys see the sign in the crowd that for the guy asking his mom to send him Venmo money? That's funny. It's probably a smart idea. Hold up a sign with your Venmo account on there. Who knows? Somebody might just randomly send you some cash. Yeah, New Japan Strong, too. Yeah, so there's lots of just intermingling that can go on. Also, I didn't think he was going to have room to make that kick, but he landed it on Hobbs. Wow. Yeah, Martin, Dante Martin is a lot like Wes Lee. They got that like ricochet in them where they can just do like some stupid shit. And it's like, all right, Hobbs puts him down there for the win. But sometimes it's like, I didn't even think the human body could flip that way. And these fuckers do it, man. There's a clip running around today on Twitter. I think Rob Naylor had posted it from today's like the 3-year anniversary of the Adam Cole and Ricochet match in NXT. And he had about 20 seconds or 30 seconds of the matchup. And I had forgotten how good that was. That was that upside down super kick that Cole hit Ricochet with when he was going for a moonsault. I think it was for the North American title. And that was 3 years ago. One of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. The greatness that was once NXT. As good as I think AEW is, I still think Prime NXT had better wrestling than they do, at least right now. That might change with the Danielson showing up and shit. Okay, this fucker's talking again. Dan Lambert. I was actually wondering if CM Punk was going to maybe get involved with Dan Lambert. They can tap into his failures in the UFC and shit and give him hell about it. Like, are these guys going to feud with anybody specific yet? All I've seen really is Lance Archer. This guy's a true heel because I wanted to smack his face. Like, I hate his face and his voice. They're shitting on Judas. Judas is not that bad of a song. Oh, this is real men shit. Let me guess. You hate woke culture, right? Snowflakes. Snowflakes living rent-free in your head is what they're doing. You know the type of guys we're talking about. Go on social media and you'll find some account that, like, just hundreds and hundreds of tweets in a row, nothing that are all about, like, cancel culture and how bad they hate it. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's kind of annoying, but I would never be as obsessed with anything and let anything ruin my life or control my life or dictate my personality to that degree. And this Dan Lambert dick reminds me of those people. I'm like, oh, my God, shut the fuck up already. But anyway, Lambert's good on the mic. He can promo his ass off. Yeah, Akawa, I agree. He kind of does.
You think you're so cool when you run your fingers through your hair? I am going to take your hair. I am going to shave your head.
Matt Hardy, whose head are you shaving? Oh, Orange Cassidy's?
Matt Hardy said he wants to cut my hair.
Whatever. that was Orange Cassidy's promo. Matt Hardy said he wants to cut my hair. Whatever. Harsh words from Orange Cassidy and a stern warning to Matt Hardy. Don't even be trying to cut that hair. Otherwise, whatever. MJF's got a lot to say. He'll say it next. He's going to bitch about, okay, here's what I'm wondering if MJF's going to say. So on All Out, if you watch the match back, it actually does look like Aubrey's hand comes down for 3 before Jericho's foot really gets over the ropes. I didn't slow it down and look at it, but it looked like it was damn close, and he might not have made it. So if that was the case, I would feel like MJF's character would have to mention that. It's like at that Royal Rumble in 2000 in the Garden when The Rock won, but if you go back and watch the replay, his feet hit first. He hung onto the top rope, but his feet hit. Big Show came all the way down, and Rock won the match, and they tapped into that. I think that's what kind of spawned the 4-way match happening at WrestleMania. So I feel like they could talk about that here, but I didn't rewind it or look to see exactly if he made it or not, but it looked kind of close. Yeah, I think Lambert in a lot of ways is channeling a lot of the Cornette energy. But I still think him and Cornette are different people. Cornette doesn't. They probably have different like kind of political ideologies and things like that. But in terms of their hatred or whatever for AEW, it's kind of good to have someone like that there. You know, just to be there to cut those promos and stuff. You know, it taps into you know, a lot of the chatter online and the division and the fans and that sort of stuff. So people could be into it. Nice, Angie. Fozzy is scheduled to be at Blue Ridge Rock Festival about 5 miles from my house. You're in Virginia, is that right? I thought Jericho would have lost to go on tour. I kind of thought he might too, but he can still go on tour. You know, I don't think he needs to be wrestling full-time anyway. But it would have been weird for Jericho to actually... He's got to be close to retiring, obviously, but to retire now, right when some nice, fresh talent has come in to give AEW a real big boost, he might want to get a piece of that action before he, you know, officially hangs it up or whatnot. But I still think he's going to have breaks in between, I would assume. But I've been saying that for ever since he's been there. I thought he'd have like a 6-month run in AEW and then leave. He's been there fucking working with everybody the whole time. I got to respect him for that, you know? Yeah, part of the reason why I wanted to do the watch-alongs, too, is because this is a wrestling show that's, you know, tends to be somewhat exciting and can keep your attention for 2 hours and doesn't bore you to fucking sleep. There's always something happening, something meaningful. Not just shit that we wrote this morning during lunch and that Vince tore up 3 times and then we rewrote again, and that's what we're seeing. It's not like that, you know. It's a little more goes into it. Dan Lambert, I could definitely see him bringing in Braun Strowman. That would be interesting if he did. All right, here comes the MJF. Smash that thumbs up button, by the way, if you don't mind. That would be sweet. All right, here comes. God, Wardlow's a beast. He got a little bit involved on Sunday, coming out there brawling a bit with Hager. I kind of thought they could do a deal where MJF, because MJF's been teasing, he's been giving shit and mistreating a bit Wardlow. So at some point, Wardlow's going to go full Alex Riley on him. And I thought that could maybe come in the match and help Jericho win, but he stayed out of it. Jericho won after the restart. Let's see what MJF has to say. He's very, very, very angry. I don't know what they're saying. Pot belly pigs. Beat that stumbling schmuck. See, I wonder if they're going to show a replay. If he's going to pull the replay up on the screen.
After the bell was rung and my music was hit, the match was restarted due to extreme bias against me.
Oh, Lambert bringing in Rousey. Maybe Ratnick, but he's been talking all this real man shit. Shitcinnati. I love it. I've never heard of that before. Shitcinnati. I've driven through Ohio a bunch of times on my way to Michigan before. Does not look like a fun place to live, but I also don't know for sure. So if you're from Ohio, sorry to shit on your state. It ain't nowhere I'd move to, that's for sure. Damn. Dumpster fire. I like the Bengals. They have cool uniforms. I used to watch WKRP in Cincinnati as a kid. I like Ken Griffey Jr. He played for the Reds. Cincinnati's not all bad. Fuck you, MJF. Skyline Chili. I watched that World Series. 1990. Jose Rio, I think, was the pitcher. So MJF right now, so far, he's just bitching about the loss and shitting on Cincinnati. Oh, he's asking somebody to jump the guardrail. Who's it going to be? You're all cowards. Oh, no, not Pillman. He told Linda not to make eye contact. Oh, my God. He's threatening to punch Linda. Oh, 16 and pregnant. Oh, my God. Who is going to come out there? Regular Brian Pillman Jr.? Oh, it's Brian Pillman's daughter. That's who he called 16 and pregnant. Well, unfortunately, Pillman can't do a run-in, but maybe Junior can. Come on, Junior. Oof. Just. Who is this? Okay, I was about to say it's Pillman. Oh, they're going to give him a mic? In Cincinnati, he's wearing a Bengals jersey, you cheap pop motherfucker. But this is a good moment for him. Pillman's kid. How this touches my heart. He gets a promo in Cincinnati with his family in the front row. More than WWE ever gave the Pillman family. Maxwell Jerkoff Friedman, yeah. Two very young wrestlers right here. God, he looks just stunningly like Brian. Yeah, it's cold as shit up there. I bet it does breed some badasses. You can't be a soft little kid. Oh, yeah, Moxie's from there, too. Long Island is luxurious? Damn, Pillman Jr., look at that intensity on him. Good promo, kid. You'll only get better. Pillman, that mullet is fucking exquisite. You should deserve an award. Toe to toe, he handled himself pretty well. Oh. Jesus Christ, MJF. I meant to say Melanie. MJF. See, he's being a dickhead to Wardlow again. Sooner or later. Jesus Christ. Family's cool with it. They're all at ringside. Oh my God, MJF. Well, at least Wardlow's not doing anything to stop it. I'm going to abort. Oh, Jesus Christ. No one was gnarlier than Brian Pillman, so I don't want to hear any complaining about this, because if there's one dude that would probably understand and do it himself, it would be Brian's dad. Probably be out there saying the exact same shit. So if for any of you young fans out there might be watching this being like, oh, I don't know if they crossed any lines tonight, I promise you they did not. Not if you knew Brian Pillman, and not if you knew that with him, there was nothing off limits ever. And I'm sure that played a role into not only them doing it, but the family being there present for it. So, and they're going to kick their asses now, the poor Varsity Blondes. At least Garrison came out there to try to help. Brian helps him, covers up his partner. I was wondering, I'm like, does Brian Pillman have any other friend, like Dad Brian Pillman Sr., have any friends that are active other than Jericho? So I thought for sure Jericho might come out there and do something about that. Damn, they even tore his Bengals jersey. So we have a 25 and a 28-year-old on a mic in a segment together there. My God. Oh yeah, Angie, they did. You don't. Family's fine with this shit. You got to remember too. I mean, they spilled their entire guts on Dark Side of the Ring. It's not like any of this stuff is not known. So you want to say certain things, you know, you got the best wrestling angles and storylines are the ones with threads of reality woven into them. And that definitely was. All right, we got Jamie Hayter and Ruby. So I don't think they've given us a date yet on the Britt Baker and Ruby match. Jamie Hayter coming down to the ring. I'm going to turn it down a little bit since we're about to get some Ruby Soho playing. Loose cannon mask, or Max, excuse me. Here comes Ruby. Sorry, I'm typing something in case you can't tell. Good to see Ruby there, man. So exciting. All right, Ruby, you got to put down Jamie here. I'm glad that she's got a match, and the match with Britt is a little bit down the line because I didn't really want to see Ruby Soho start out 0-1. So she won't. She'll win this. Help me out here too, man. Y'all, what's Ruby's finish? I never even got a chance to see her go on any sort of a push in WWE, so I don't even know what the hell she uses. Y'all can help me out with that. Yeah, best wishes. I hear you're real. YT. You have cognitive heart failure as well, so you know how he feels. And plus, you know, stress does that to you, and, you know, possibly even, you know, a lot of guys with, you know, the bigger muscles, the more these heart problems tend to be when they get into this age, 40s and 50s and stuff. But on top of that, Triple H is, you know, an extremely hard and ambitious worker, and he's just never really stopped. So probably a lot of that takes a toll. According to WWE's statement, complete recovery was the phrase used there, so that's extremely good news. Riot kick, you might be right. It's a Soho kick. Ooh. Jesus Christ. Ruby bumping on those ropes. Careful, girl. Those aren't the WWE ropes. All right, pitcher in pitcher here while the gals get it on. I mean, wrestle. You know what I mean. All right, we'll peek around here. All right, Ruby just took a barricade bump. Didn't we just on a recent show get a finish during the break? Britt's out there fucking with her. Is that a Ruby Soho sign she's got? Okay, so she hit. It's the same kick she used to eliminate Thunder Rosa on the pay-per-view when they were on the apron. They spent a hell of a lot of time on that apron before they got to that finish. But okay, so it's like the Riot Kick or the Soho something or other. I don't know what she's going to call it now. With that other lady. Man, these are some brutal commercials, man. Be sure to tell your friends about these watch-alongs. We're going to do this every Wednesday. We're going to hang out and watch Dynamite together. I think it'll be fun. I'll try not to be a total fangirl and wear an AEW shirt every time. Try to change it up a little bit. Yeah, I hope it is too, Devs. That'll be awesome. The Soho something or other. I was trying to think of like a wrestling move that sounds like Soho or rhymes with Soho, and I can't think of one. But I'm also in the middle of a stream with 19 windows in front of me. Flying a plane's easier than this shit. So I'm not really. It's hard to think. Oh, yeah, Jamie Hayter's no pushover, man. She's legit. Yeah, Ruby's not going to just mow her down. Plus, she's got some size, strength, everything advantage on Ruby. So Ruby will win, but Jamie might fuck her up first. Oh, Destination Unknown, maybe something like that. Like, what wrestling move starts with the letters H-O? I don't think there is one. Or S-O, I should say. All right, we're back. Ooh. Ruby will get some dark and elevation work, too. She'll work matches there. Ooh, God. You know, it is kind of funny, too. Like, I'm trying to think. Ruby, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't she the first, like recognizable women's name from WWE to jump, right? So far, all of these big names have been men. Malachi Black and Adam Cole and Danielson and Punk and Miro and Moxley and stuff. You know, seems like she's the first. You know, but sooner or later, you know, we might get a Sasha over there. We might get a Becky over there. I don't know. Maybe not Becky. Actually, probably not Becky. But I think Sasha's a possibility. She's so hot and cold in that company. I never know what the hell's going on with her. I don't think we'll ever see Charlotte in AEW, but you can't rule her out. But getting a big-time female name over there is really going to help. I mean, their women's division is getting better, but it still needs to get better. So I think the women need a big name. So far, it's been all dudes. Ooh, is she going to try to poison Ronda? Her look out, hate. Oh, my God, that was a botch. It did not look good. I was about to say, is Jamie Hayter legit knocked out? Oh, yeah, Tay Conti. I forgot about Tay Conti. Thank you, Deshaun. Shayna Baszler, Tony, good one. She needs to get released. I kind of hope she does. because they don't do shit with her. It looks like the nonsense with Nia Jax is finally over, but still, I'm not too confident that they're ever going to make her anywhere near what she was in NXT. So she'd be a big boost for that roster over there. Ruby kicks out. I think two women that could jump in the near future, although I don't know. This is just speculation, but I think Shayna Baszler and Asuka would greatly improve AEW. All right, Ruby hit her. She hit her with the riot kick there. I heard there was reports today or yesterday, I think, Angie, that no company, at least for right now, is interested in Tessa. It's a shame for her. Feels like if she was going to turn up somewhere, they'd have brought her in by now, especially in AEW. Is that referee her friend? Because they hugged it all out too. Britt, oh Jesus, Britt stomping Ruby. Is she going to get saved here, or they're just going to kick her ass? She's probably just going to kick her ass. Nope, here comes somebody. Riho, of all people. I've got an AEW hoodie just like that. Oh, Jesus. Hater greatly outweighs Riho, and she just broke her in half. Oh, no, they're going to stomp her on the belt. Oh, here comes Statlander. Good outing for Statlander at All Out. I thought she did really well. All I really wanted out of her at All Out was obviously not to win, but to kind of have her stock bump up a bit. Even though she took her first loss of the year. She looked good in the loss, took Baker to the limit. That's all you want. She'll get better. Look at Rio. We're all okay. We can be your best friend too, Statlander. They don't feature women on the main card. They are right now. I don't know what this is, and they had a match on AEW. Or on All Out. But the women's division still needs work. The women's division is still a weak part of AEW. It's getting better, obviously, but I don't know if you have a strong enough division to put 3 matches on a fucking Dynamite. I hate to say it. I think there will be a time. It has nothing to do. It's like how everybody's pointing out that there's no black wrestlers and stuff. I'm like, none of this is done by design. None of this is purposely is being done. They're simply out there signing the best free agents available. If they don't have the diversity that WWE does, that's something that they're probably going to notice and they're going to work on. Just like the women's division is steadily getting better, but I don't think the women's division is to a point where they can sustain, a lot of matches on a show because, the names that they have of really, really talented, capable people are kind of small at the top. So I'm not ready to see more from their women's division until they have more to offer. So this is stuff that doesn't really bother me, when people bring this shit up. I'm like, they're not purposely going out there and just only hiring white people. That's not what they're doing. It's kind of funny that it seems that way, and sometimes the argument can be presented in a pretty entertaining way, and it's not exactly wrong, but it's like, give it time. That stuff will get better. Know who I'd like to get over in AEW? Keith Lee. Would absolutely love Keith Lee and Sasha Banks heading over to AEW. I'd love to get, who else is Mustafa Ali. For sure. Would love for him to jump too. But who knows what his contract deal is. He's probably stuck for life over there. Who are these old people outside talking? What are they talking about? Permadontics? I don't need no permadontics. I don't know. You never know, like internally, I think right now morale and just the overall vibe in AEW is at all-time high, probably a lot like it was back in the Attitude Era in WWE. Well, I'm sure you had your issues here and there. For the most part, everybody got along. The atmosphere was very good. It was very team mentality there in the company when they were trying to battle with WCW so much, but that did wind up deteriorating and disintegrating to where, they've had ups and downs with that type of stuff. So right now, things are very good in AEW. I bet the locker room is as nice, respectful, and gets along probably better than any locker room in the history of the business. But as the years go by, it really does remain to be seen. It just depends. It just depends. But hopefully, just providing a good work environment, a place where people can be happy to go and be happy they have their job and just be all around positive. The more of that, the better. So it just depends. You never know what the future's going to hold. I'd like to think AEW's, going to make sure they keep that shit in check, but you never know. I once thought WWE had the unbeatable formula and started in terms of having like a locker room that were all there together working for the same goal, and that didn't last forever. So it may not in AEW either. But let's hope that it does. Oh, the Pinnacle. I almost forgot about the Pinnacle. So this is going to be what, FTR and Spears. Who are they facing again? Oh, Dark Order, I believe. Spears is 9-3. I saw Spears hit a single in a softball game using a chair during All Out weekend. That was interesting. I'd be cool with Chavo working a match. I don't know if I want to see him back in the ring wrestling actively, but throwback match or something. Have Chavo Guerrero and Jericho work a match. Totally. Props to that Daphne sign. I think there might be a Deadlock sign in the audience too. Shout out to Tony and Pulse. Dark Order drama. Oh, yeah, they not getting along. What's their deal right now? So 2021 records. Evil Uno is 21-7. Holy shit. How do they factor in the tag team matches? I know sometimes it says singles records. But do they factor tag team wins and losses into their win-loss records? I will say this, I wasn't sure if the win-loss record shit was going to work, and I think so far it actually has been okay. I like it. Anna J, I like your pants. I don't want to hear from you, Stu, so shut up. I like that Anna J and Ty Conti are just like in this faction of nerds, and they're like getting over it. FTR will get back on top. I mean, they came in, won the titles almost immediately. There's, the Bucks have had the belts for quite some time. They've passed it off to the Luchas. I think Eric Rowan's available to wrestle. He came around during the Brody Lee stuff, the tribute show and shit that they did. But I don't know if anybody has a ton of interest in him right now. The boobs. Little John Silver. Oh, Connor, you didn't know we were up? Yeah, this is going to be every Wednesday from now on. We're going to be doing Wednesday night watch-alongs, watching Dynamite right here on the channel live, and we're going to do that for the fall. Now that I've made it through my summer season at work and things calmed down a little bit for me, I'm going to take 3 days off from work per week for the fall season, and we're going to do these Dynamite watch-alongs instead. So make sure you're here every Wednesday. It'll be fun. Taz putting over JR. In 2006, John Cena said he is happy that Vince owns his name. Does Vince own John Cena? No, he doesn't. John Cena can be John Cena, I think. It's his real name. If John Cena went to AEW, I would be almost certain he could use John Cena. Only in WWE can your real name be owned, and it can in some cases, so I don't know. But I don't think WWE owns John Cena, but you never fucking know. That's a portion of wrestling I very rarely... Oh, that was 2006, but I was just joking. Okay. I guess he could spell it different. He could be John, Jon, Cena, Seena. John Cena. All right, we got Tony interviewing the entire Elite. They are going to beat him up or something. Oh, yeah, we still got Moxley and Minoru Suzuki. We only got 40 minutes left in the show. We're supposed to hear from Daniel Bryan as well, so they got to pack in a lot in 40 minutes. I guess Moxley and Suzuki will be our main event. And are we going to get the 2 promos after that, or are we going to get the Elite promo in the main event? What's the Prototype doing in Fast? Oh, yeah, Juan Cena. That could be funny. Oh, he said on the Howard Stern show? Yeah, I have no recollection. I'm sure that was an interesting interview back when Cena was in his less than PG days. I'm sure he had some interesting things to say on Howard. Hey, Mom, send merch guy or merch money to that job guy in the audience. All right, while we got this tag team match, I got to just step away for 1 second. I will be right back. We are back. I'm sorry for that absence there. We are back. Looks like just in time for the finish. Shawn Spears just pinned John Silver, but I didn't catch what happened. They'll show a replay. Yeah, I don't think Cena's ever going to venture outside of WWE. I mean, unless it's way down the line. 10 years from now when he hasn't wrestled, 15 years from now when he hasn't wrestled in 5 or 6 years and he just comes in, you know, like Bret Hart did or something, just to make an appearance there or something. I don't know. It could happen. Okay, more drama here. Eva Luno and Silver are yelling at each other. Oh, here we go. Lots of fighting, infighting here. This might be where we get Hangman back, or no? It's a civil Dark Order war. God, they're not going to branch off into red and white or red and black and white, are they? What is going on up there? Anna Jay and Ty Conti. Sorry, they are very distracting, the two of them. Anybody, what is the story? Nobody's dropped a story on Punk and Colt Cabana? I'm curious. All right, they're going to the replay of this Casino Battle Royale. Oh, go by Elton John Cena and wear crazy outfits and glasses. That would be quite funny. I rewatched actually All Out in its entirety last night. Elizabeth wanted to watch it. She didn't see it. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it again, watch the whole thing. Even better the second time. Oh, they are split on the Hangman. Okay. Tully wants the mic here. Tully and Tony. What are you talking about, Tully? Leadership? Shawn Spears versus Darby? All right, so Tully wants Tony Khan to book Darby Allin and Shawn Spears next week for some reason. Okay. I'm sure that's no problem. Sammy Guevara's got a match. Sammy's got cue cards. Oh, he's just going to come out and do cue cards during the break, I guess. Oh, Cena absolutely will get a 17th title. Absolutely. It is a mathematical guarantee. Even if it comes a year from now, whenever. Before he's done, he has a swan song. No doubt. Angie believes that Sting would kill Tully. I believe that too. Tully versus Sting. I don't know if I want to see the match, but I wouldn't mind seeing them mixing it up. Oh, you're seeing people cry on Twitter, toxic, saying that MJF went too far. I was cringing a bit during some of those lines. I mean, they were gnarly, don't forget. But when you have a situation where the family's at ringside, his son is involved, and if you even have the first fucking iota of a clue of what Brian Pillman's career was actually like, you would know that Pillman would have no problem and no issue with anything that was said or done in that promo. He's done and said worse. And his family knows that. You think AEW would bring them there and then just shit all over him without telling him? All of this stuff was discussed, agreed upon, understood. And I think whenever you want to push the limits, it's not a bad thing. When you push the limits every minute of every day, it can get a little bit old. But in terms of, throwing some real life kind of crazy shit on it at us, what's the big deal? I mean, I'll tell you what, I appreciated this a lot more than when like Charlotte and whoever brought up Reed. I thought that was out of place and out of nowhere. This is AEW's way of showing love to the Pillman family. WWE's never had the Pillman family at ringside when they've gone to Cincinnati. So bringing them in there, being a part of that, I kind of thought was pretty nice. And they made them a part of a segment, All that does is help the Pillman name live on, So that's kind of the way I look at it. Nothing was done that I thought crossed a line. Plus, you can't complain and bitch about wrestling being PG and then have a problem with that too. Sometimes you got to get a little crazy. That's all it was. Support it 100% over here. Because you know why? I'm old enough to remember Brian Pillman. And I guarantee you, anybody's bitching about that isn't old enough to remember Jack Dick about Brian Pillman. Oh, there they are. Speaking of the devil, look at Greg Garrison recovering. So he's going to challenge a match here or something.
Is this not enough of an update for you? We're in the trainer's office because Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
The trainer's office. All right, so we're going to get Ward or MJF and Pillman next week, right? Or on Rampage. Okay, not next week. Arthur Ashe. Oh, the Acclaimed. Look, Max Caster's back. That's good. All right, so we've got MJF versus Pillman at the Arthur Ashe Dynamite on the 22nd. That's pretty cool. So I didn't even hear that. They just set up, I guess, a tag match with the Acclaimed and Varsities on Rampage on Friday, and then we'll have Pillman and MJF on the 22nd. Okay. Hey, you know what? Then there's no reason to have any sympathy for Melanie. She's an admitted fuck up, and she said as much on the dark side of the ring. She's trying her best to make amends, and, you know, she deserves to be called out for her shit. They called her out on the documentary. Why not call her out here? All right, here they come, the Elite. It's Cole out there with them too, right? So it's everybody but Cole, so they'll probably bring him out separately. What are the Bucks wearing? What are these things called? Rompers? Isn't that what girls wear to Coachella? Look at Kenny's jacket. I don't know. I still think Seth Rollins has got the best suit game in wrestling. But Kenny's jacket is interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kenny topped this year's PWI 500. I'm sure that caused no debates whatsoever online, and everybody accepted it with no problems, right? I don't give a shit about the PWI 500. They could put fucking Gilbert number one, and I wouldn't care. But some people do. Yeah, they're not totally dancing. I mean, it wasn't all good for the Elite. I mean, the Bucks did drop the tags. I remember the year Dean Malenko topped the list, and everybody was freaking out about that. What? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Pillman pulled a gun on a motherfucker on TV, so there's nothing they can do here that's going to offend a Pillman family member. Fucking Matt's Malcolm X glasses look pretty funny on him. And Nick's got a nose ring with a chain going to his ear. Oh, he's horrible. He is so horrible. Look what he's wearing. Yes. Did you guys see? I watched Being the Elite, and they had the little seance to like summon Adam Cole. That was good. All right, bring him out. Let's hear this theme music again. God, Adam Cole. So crazy to see him there. I'm so fucking happy he's there and not on Monday Night Raw. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. What's going on, Eric? Good to see you in the house. T-Nick is here too. That's good. Had a steady stream of people in and out all night, so hopefully this audience will continue to grow as we keep doing this every Wednesday. What's up, Adam Cole? He's the first real big NXT star to jump there who actually worked against Dynamite head-to-head, and now he's here. I mean, I know they've had some, like Wheeler Yuta and some other people that might have passed in and out of NXT, but he's the first name, right? That went from NXT to here. Now, if we get... You know who else I'd love to see over here in AEW is fucking Ricochet. Story time with Adam Cole. I'm always ready for story time. I'm never not ready for story time with Adam Cole. You don't even have to ask me. It's like when Big E tells us not to be sour. I'm like, I was not going to be sour. I'm never sour. So, Adam Cole, the answer is yes. I'm ready for story time. And I wouldn't dare be sour.
I swear to God, if you even look at her the wrong way, I will slap those stupid glasses off your face and whoop your ass. Do you understand me?
Damn, he's that's right, because Tony and Britt have got that relationship. Shivani should be like, hey, I'm fucking Britt Baker behind your back. She likes my body. You nerd. Get out of the ring, nerd. I guarantee you, Adam Cole, everybody in this ring was a nerd in high school. Could you be? Leave Tony alone. Brandon Cutler and that shitty sprays is the funniest. Step down, nerd. Step off. Step off, nerd. Hey, Pete Dunne, too. Ricochet, Pete Dunne, Kevin Owens, Sammy, Cesaro. Get all of them out of there and over here. Mm-hmm. Adam Cole should be the promo centerpiece for this group, that's for sure. Him and Don Callis. Can I see Michael Cole ever joining AEW? No, I do not. Cole, I think, has got a job for life. Tony versus Cole, custody of Britt. I like it. Ladder match, I'm into it. Tony would kill him. Yeah, somebody needs to rip out that thing out of Nick's face. Now the Elite has got Adam Cole. Good move turning him heel. I don't know, Bulo. I don't know if Hulu has it or not. I'm not sure if it has it live. I use a streaming app to stream all my cable channels. Who's he facing? Next week, in-ring debut for Adam Cole. Nice. Happy Cole is there. I could see Lawler turning up in AEW. I actually could. I don't want him to. I don't like Jerry Lawler. He almost went to WCW right before WCW went out of business. Oh, here comes Bryan Danielson, excuse me. Now we can rock out to his awesome theme again. I could see Lawler coming in and doing a spot with JR. If they did that, I'd be fine with it. When I was rewatching All Out last night, I would have sworn JR said SmackDown by accident during an entrance, but I tried to rewind it, and BR Live, where I ordered the pay-per-view, just sucks. The rewind feature sucks, so I couldn't even get it to work. But I think Jim Ross said SmackDown by accident during the entrance, I think, of the main event. All right, Bryan is out. Kenny's on the mic. Does Bryan have a mic in his hand? No. Ooh, Kenny and Daniel Bryan. I like it. Wow. Surreal. Bryan's in there at the top right off the bat. No other place for him to be. A dude main evented WrestleMania this year. There's nothing for him to do other than go straight for Kenny. Brian's like, give me that microphone. You know who I fucking am, Kenny Omega?
Quick question. Do you guys want to see Bryan Danielson fight Kenny Omega?
Well, Brian's cutting right to the chase. He's asking the fans. Of course, their answer isn't going to be like, can we think about it? No, of course, yes. We would like to see that, Daniel Bryan.
He's telling me right now it doesn't work like that here.
Oh, that's right.
So let me get this straight. You're the greatest wrestler who's ever lived.
So cool. Brian and Omega in the ring together right now. Fucking surreal.
I think you're afraid to take this match because you know that I'm better than you.
I got to watch Daniel Bryan wrestle when he was WWE champion. Fucking awesome. Oh, Omega's not on Bryan's level. Who do y'all think? Better in-ring worker, Omega or Bryan? Vote in the chat. Wow. I might vote Bryan. Oh. Well, you knew that was going to happen, Bryan. Well, shit. Who's coming out to help you? We never did get that Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan match either. Here comes Jungle. Here comes Christian. There we go. I forgot about Christian. Little Marco's in there on Cutler, whipping his ass. Get it, Marco. Fuck him up. Stick that cold spray up his rectum. Oh, Lord. Here comes Marco getting tossed into the Bucks. Here comes Jungle as well. Jesus. That was all just a well-executed sequence of action there. Oh, Christian knocking out. Or is that Kaz? It's Kazarian. Oh, no. Cutler's stuck. Insert that can of cold spray into him. Good on you, Marco, moving that mic out of the way. Those things run like $5,000. Oh, big running knees from Bryan. Omega and Bryan Danielson look to be the next big match. I mean, shit, they might put the belt on Bryan right away, you know? I've been waiting to see that, man. Bryan's first promo, he went right to the top of the mountain. Oh, nice, Vic. You'll be at the AEW next week. Where are they at again? What city? Where are you? Where are you, Victor? How good does Hikaru Shida look? I like that she's kind of tweaked up her look a little bit. Oh, we going on a rampage, are we? Adam Cole did face Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. Thank you for that. I guess he did. That's right. I remember now. Was that the week that Adam Cole did like a match every night or some shit? Didn't he do that right after a takeover or prior to a takeover or something like that? That might have been around the Survivor Series time. I don't remember. That's cool, though. Yeah, Bryan is over no matter where he goes. Everybody loves Bryan. What a pickup for them. That's just so huge. So incredibly huge. Oh, Royal Rumble, okay. And Rollins on Raw. I remember there was like a series of matches where he like worked every day or something. And I'm like, that's crazy. So I don't know if that was it or not. I forget, but I got to watch Bryan face Brock at Survivor Series back in 2018 when they were both champ. And that was like the week before Bryan beat AJ, turn heel. Eco-friendly title. I don't know what kind of meat Kenny Omega likes. You know what movie I just watched the other night for the first time in my life? I had never seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding in my life. Never saw that movie. I didn't expect it to have so much heart. I didn't know it was like that. I thought it was like a different type of comedy. And this fucking line where she tells one of her crazy ass aunts that what's his face, he's a vegetarian and he doesn't eat meat, and she goes, "He don't eat no meat." I just love that line. I'm like, that was pretty funny. So maybe Kenny's a vegetarian. I don't know. I wonder if CM Punk is still a vegetarian. I know he went like vegan for a while there, back during his WWE DVD that they released on him. I don't know if he still eats that way or not.
I boosted 16 points using experience.
I downloaded the app, I linked some of my streaming services, and boom, my credit score went up.
Yeah, I didn't think Adam Cole would have had limitations on the main roster. I think they just wouldn't have used him, and he would have just been doing a lot of nonsense. So, here he can be a part of the top faction with the champ, Look at this shit. Big 6 women next week. I couldn't see what that match was. Max Caster and Brian Pillman Jr. on Rampage as well. Cole and Kazarian. Oh, that's who he's facing, Kazarian. Jade Cargill and Layla Hirsch, holy shit. And Darby Allin and Shawn Spears next week as well. And here we go. Next week, Dynamite. Or no, that's the 22nd. Cody Rhodes and Malachi Black will be on the Arthur Ashe show on the 22nd. Wow. Fuck. I don't want Cody to win. Kenny Omega sprays Windex on everything. He probably does. All right. This should be just some craziness here. We got Minoru Suzuki and Moxley. I do believe they did have a battle in Japan already, right? Interesting. Minoru Suzuki main eventing a North American Wrestling Company's show on cable TV. So fucking weird. He's a crazy motherfucker. This ought to be good. They're chanting holy shit. It was surreal as hell to see him coming out there. Just kind of trading blows and just trading craziness with Moxley a little bit. Good shit. Wild thing. Jan, here he comes. Moxley's put on some weight, hasn't he? I mean, he's put on a lot since 2012, but even from his debut in AEW, he's got to be 10 pounds heavier, right? You make everything groovy, Moxley. He went the wrong way or something? Oh, that's right. He's in Cincinnati. I keep forgetting that. I think I recognize that guy that he just stopped by. I think he might be on YouTube somewhere. Look familiar. If everyone in AEW, I don't want to see Shawn Michaels face the most. Probably Kenny or, I don't know, a lot of them. Here we go. I was about to say, as soon as they get in the ring, I would just assume the shit beating will commence. Man, Moxley is over at home. I like the variety of music that AEW has. They have some, homemade music, that they produced, and then they pay for some real songs too. Probably, 5 of them now they've got? Moxley and Jungle Boy and Punk, and, well, Jericho probably lets him do Judas for free. And who else? Somebody else. Ruby Soho. That's cool. Mox was trained 15 minutes from this building. That's awesome. That's good for him. You know, if I was a wrestler or something, I'd get a thrill out of working in front of my hometown. It's probably pretty cool for all talent. A lot of them get a chance to do it too. So. Damn. It's like when I used to live in Michigan, I've been through Ohio and Indiana and Illinois and others, aside from Chicago, obviously, Illinois and Indiana and Ohio, just not places I would aspire to visit, and I didn't like Michigan either, you know. I was like, get me the hell out of here. It's cold up here. And our teams suck. God, Detroit sucks so bad. At least Cleveland's got a championship. And so does Chicago. What does Indiana have? Oh, they had a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning, right? David Arquette come back. I'm surprised they haven't had David Arquette doing something, hop on the rail or do something weird. It'd be cool if David Arquette came and attacked Nick Gage when he was there or something. Met David Arquette outside of Staples Center during the first SmackDown on Fox when Kofi dropped the title. He was out there just hanging out. Took pictures with everybody. Super nice guy. No, I've never been to Pittsburgh, but I had two cousins that lived there. They both since moved away. But my one cousin, Eric, he lived in Pittsburgh for, God, forever. That's close to 20 years or something like that. He lived there a long time. But no, I've never been. Pittsburgh's another city that just not my cup of tea. Seems cold, gray, and depressing. I'm sure it's not like that all the time, but if I can't have sunlight, I don't think I can really live. So any city that just tends to be cold or cloudy or dreary, you know, I don't want anything to do with it. It's that dreary look I'm trying to avoid, like Buffalo, you know, or something like that. And when I was in Chicago once in like late April, fucking snowed, you know, and I was like, is it just like, and my dad at the time, you know, he was still alive and lived there, and he was, he's like, it's like this all the time. It's just gray. It's a gray city. And I'm like, I don't want gray. I want bright. I want sun. I want green. I don't want gray. Gray is depressing. Green is happy. So aspire to find green, and you'll live a happy life. Promise. Why is Suzuki just slapping Moxley on the head like he's 4? We're on our pitcher-in-pitcher action at the moment, by the way. Seattle's a cool city. I always, I just don't like cold. However, Seattle I do like. Couldn't live there, but it's nice up there, Washington and shit. I always loved the show Frasier. I always thought Frasier had a sweet apartment. I was like, man, I would love to have a condo like that, like overlooking the city. You know, it'd be so fucking cool. My brother-in-law is from Kansas City. He roots hard for the Chiefs. He lives just a mile away from me now, but he was born in Kansas. Yeah, I've been up in northern Pennsylvania before. I had to drive up to Scranton one time to be the best man at a wedding. Scranton, which I think is where, I think Joe Biden is from Scranton, but I think also on The Office, isn't Dunder Mifflin in Scranton or something? Not The Office. Yeah, what's the fucking one? The Office. I think that's what it's called. I never really watched it. But man, just driving through those like small donkey ass towns, I'm like, ugh. I was like, I can see how it would be easy to get into a rut and, you know, in a city like that, you know, like tiny little towns and stuff. Like, life shouldn't be dead end. Life should give you options, you know. So Moxley, I was getting chunks of his head bitten out by Minoru Suzuki. I was like, these guys, one of these guys have got a blade, right? I'm going to make poor Aubrey Edwards squeamish here. Oh, I'm glad they didn't really do that. Smacking heads. Who was it in Japan that had the gnarly one a few years back? Shibata, I think, and did the headbutt and he just caved his skull in. Like, God, go easy on your melons, y'all. Yeah, the plan. Yeah, Dallas is cool. I'd like to go to Arlington for WrestleMania this year, although we might be rethinking that because WrestleMania is going to be here in LA the year after. And I think I want to go to Double or Nothing in Vegas. And I got a Hawaii trip coming up next year. So I'm starting to rethink Dallas, although might still go. Might do it all next year. Oh, right on, Divine Ricks. Tickets for Philly Dynamite on October 6th. Philly's a fun town for wrestling, that's for sure. I was there for WrestleMania 15. Fans are usually nuts. Yeah, Shibata hasn't wrestled since, correct? I think he's done a run-in or something. But that was probably one of the more sickening thuds I've ever heard, you know, when he hit that paradigm shift onto Minoru there. Is he bleeding from the eye? Oh, he is. God, I don't. It looks just like it's right on his eye. Hopefully it's not his eye. It's just above his eye. But Suzuki's cut pretty badly. SummerSlam was awesome. Had a great time. Yeah, we do need Dynamite in LA. I'm ready to get AEW out here on the West Coast. Wow, running dropkick from Suzuki with blood in his eyes to the face of Moxley. He could be. Yeah, Jericho could win the match and still take a break, you know? Nasty, he just licked his blood. Might not be any nastier than Penta hugging his daughters with blood all over his face, all out. Very touching moment between the family, but his daughters had to walk away with faces full of blood. That's it. And Moxley wins. We got 3 minutes left in the show here, so I don't know if we get something happening or this is just it. Moxley kind of needs to work with somebody too, right? He just won the Game Changer Wrestling title, right, from Matt Cardona. All right, Moxley's celebrating with the crowd here. 2 minutes left. Don't know if he's just going to send us off the air or if we might get some last-minute shit happen. Looks like he's just going to celebrate with his hometown audience, and that's probably going to be it. Yeah, I saw somebody threw toilet paper in the ring. Yeah, best wishes out to Triple H, who did undergo a procedure, according to WWE, last week. He's expected to make a full recovery. That's excellent news, but scary situation altogether. All right, the Cincy crowd looks to be going home happy here with Moxley celebrating with them. Fort Mox, I like that. Oh, that's right. This Friday, we've got the all-out rescheduled match between Pac and Andrade. Still a strange situation there, citing travel issues, but they canceled the match days before, so I don't know why Pac couldn't make all out, but he can make Rampage, or if they just made that shit up. I don't know. Next Wednesday, Ruby, Cole, and Bryan all advertised. Somebody had this son of a bitch a beer. He doesn't even have a beer yet. That's a nice little kid. That's cool. Mox is just walking around. All right, that looks like it's going to be it. So that's a wrap on Dynamite. I thought it was a pretty fun show, man. Pretty entertaining stuff. We got everybody out there. We got Adam Cole saying a few words. We got Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. Look like they're going to kick off some sort of a little issue program, possibly title match here. Moxley and Shibata had a fun main event. Good stuff all around. I think Wednesday nights are going to be a big trip here on the channel, man. Doing this every week should be a lot of fun. So I think this was a good first run for Dynamite tonight. Like I said, this will evolve and we'll get better at these as we go. And we'll continue to do them every Wednesday night and see if we can build ourselves up a nice little audience and bring in some subscribers and all that kind of stuff. So it was a blast. In terms of what you're going to get from me later this week, I think it's just going to be Saturday. I'll be back up here for the podcast. And then Sunday is when I plan to release my classic pay-per-view review on Great American Bash 1989. So there will be no watch-along this week. Going to do a classic review instead. And then we'll be back the following Monday for the Raw review. So that is going to be the deal there. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Angie, thank you again. Thank you to everybody else that was here. And keep this in mind. We're going to basically do this every single Wednesday going forward. I'm looking forward to it a lot. So thanks for being here with me tonight. And I will catch you guys on Saturday for the podcast and right here next Wednesday again for Dynamite Watch Along. Y'all be good. Thanks. Peace.